Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. We are the Odds Couple. We come to you from SportsbookReview.com. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Monday, January 9th.
Mike and it's Brenner, also National Championship football game, baby.
So,
go Bama!
Let's throw the record up. Yep, let's throw the record up. There's only 3 games tonight. Yeah. I looked them over. They're interesting games. Only one that I think I'm willing to give a pick on. Yeah, and so Mike Brenner, overall, you're still chugging ahead. You're still positive in the NBA. Yeah. NBA can be very tricky. Just
tricky time right now.
Just keep focused, And but congratulations on your record so far, Mike Brenner.
Thank you, Pistol Pete. How about you? How you doing in the NBA?
Is subpar as always. But I'm feeling like I feel like I'm not sure about this, but I feel like my record over the last few weeks or so has been more 50-50 than I was to start the year. And there's just one pick that I think I'm liking. There's New Orleans and New York. Right now, both these teams have been overtrenders recently, but the last time that they met was about 6 games ago. It was in New Orleans, and it was unusually low scoring. It went into just the 190s, same total as it is now. And
Porzingis is playing.
Porzingis is playing. Yeah,
Pete, if I'm correct, this will be the 3rd game in 4 days for the Knicks, and if that's true, that under kind of makes sense if that's the way you're leaning.
And also, the Knicks know that they have to somehow play some defense. Doesn't mean that necessarily that they will be able to, but they know that it's something they have to.
Can spell defense, let alone play it.
So it's a little bit risky, but it is kind of a high total. And in light of how the game went the last time, and in light of what New York probably wants to do, I'll take a shot with the under. It opened at 214. I'm fine that it went up, got bet up, so now it's 215 or 215.5, and I'll take the Chris Books under 215.5 minus 110.
I wouldn't talk you off that again. That team's got to be getting tired, Three games
so hopefully that'll wind up cashing one way or the other.
There's one other big game that's got MVP written all over it. You got Jimmy Butler, who's really stepped up and making a noise, making some noise to be MVP. Going up against, how can you not give Russell Westbrook the MVP right now? This guy is amazing, averaging damn near triple-double. I think this could be a damn horse race, Pistol Pete. I was wondering what your thoughts were on the total.
On the total? Well, obviously I was leaning over, which is sort of a no-brainer thing.
What's that number?
Well, it opened at I think it opened at 207. Then it went up to 209. Now it's up to 210 or 210.5. So it's headed up. And then the other game is, of course, Dallas and Minnesota. And that one, they've both been under trending recently.
Dallas getting healthy too.
Yeah, and I was leaning under in that one, but it was a low total when it opened at 196, which I did take. Now it's down to 194 or 194.5. So I think I'm going to stay off it. I would lean under on that one, lean over on OKC Chicago as well.
And there's nobody can tell me that everybody that's playing, no matter what sport tonight, whether it's college basketball, NHL, or NBA, these guys want to get the hell home tonight and watch that football game because an athlete is an athlete and they love good competition. That's my thought. So I don't know how much firepower or emotion and all that's going to be into this, Pete. It seems like one of those nights where everyone's like, let's just get this over with. Let's just get. And I may be wrong, but with that being said, everything is a 10-foot pole. Brenner's taking a night off. Okay. I'm going to kick back and enjoy that. That makes sense.
Sure. I was also leaning maybe Dallas getting 5, but now it's down to 4.5. And Minnesota does have that talent. So, I have a bunch of leans, but I think the only pick I'm going to give will be New York and New Orleans.
Minnesota's got so much freaking talent.
Yeah, they do.
It's amazing.
I know.
And Thibodeau said, you just give this team some more time. As a matter of fact, what I say is you give that coach more time with that team next year, look out. They're going to be dangerous, buddy.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I'll do?
Here we go, Dennis. I did it. I pulled him into something, and I'm not even betting today.
I think I will give the first half under in Dallas, Minnesota. It's 98. I can get 98 minus 109. 98 minus 109.
I told
the
you
first half.
I told you this was going to happen.
Yeah, I know. I made it happen. You said it would happen. By God, it happened.
I wanted to give the full game under. Now it's 194, 194.5. It's just.
And Dennis, the name of that movie was Russell Crowe, A Beautiful Mind.
A Beautiful Mind. That is.
All right, so I'll give 2 picks. I'll give the first half under in Dallas, Minnesota, 98 minus 109, and New Orleans, New York under 215.5 on the full game. And that's about it for me. And you're going to just pass on these 3 games.
I'm passing tonight, and I'm not doing it for any other reason. But I just really think
you can't force it.
And Butler and Westbrook, these guys are absolute maniac.
Don't want to bet against either one.
They're athletics. Yeah, they want to get home. They want to watch this football game.
Right. Yeah.
Alabama, baby. I can't wait.
All right, so we'll be back tomorrow for the much bigger Tuesday NBA card.
And guess what, Pete? I've already done some work on tomorrow. There is 3 spots sticking its head out. I can't wait. I'll be fired up, baby.
Excellent, Mike Brenner.
All right.
And now moving on to the college basketball odds couple segment of our show today, Monday, January 9th.
Not a lot on there.
Again, we've got 6 games, and there's a few plays that are looking kind of interesting to me.
You know what I'm wondering, Pete?
What's that?
All right, it's a light slate in every sport because honestly, it's national championship game. But who in the hell are how do the teams feel that like, man, I got to play tonight? Damn it, I just want to go watch that game. I wonder who picks that schedule and who says, all right, you're going to play tonight.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I mean, it's hard to imagine that I don't know. The starting point guard on Arkansas Little Rock cares. Maybe he does. Who knows? I think it's probably person to person.
Well, one thing I do know, Pete, with that being said, because athletes are athletes, they all love a competition. If you got a national championship going on like tonight, a repeat of last year, this tells me that everything might not be so sharp and so visible tonight because of that. And maybe people can say what they want, but for me, it's enough to back me off and say, you know what, just take a back seat. You already got your bet in with Alabama.
Sure.
But college hoops, I don't know. I just don't feel that edge tonight. And it damn sure is not going to be in that Georgetown game.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, St. John's has had some really, really impressive covers, but this is a spot that kind of favors Georgetown, I think. The line's gone down, which makes sense. It was pretty high when it opened. It was 7.5. I thought that might have some value. Now it's down to 6.5.
Sure, and Georgetown's lost 4 out of the last 7 ATS, and but they pounded this team last year. Georgetown did by 20 or more both times they met. Chris Mullen, he's starting to find some groove. He said this team's starting to find their footing, is what he said. They lost 3, they would win 3 and then lose 2, win 3, lose 2. That pattern has been consistent. So with that being said, I don't know. I think they're the 2 teams that are like the model of inconsistency.
I'm going to pass on this one, although it's 6.5 or it's 7 and plus minus 115.
What's the total?
The Greek. Let's see. The total I haven't had a chance to look at yet. The total is 154.5, which is kind of high. We'll see.
How you feeling about that game tonight in football? You got to be. What do you mean? Which one? There's only one tonight. It's the game.
I'm actually. My initial thought was I was thinking about the over, but now.
Is there a part of you that says, you know what? I don't care about anything bet-wise. I just want to pop a beer, have a nice little sub sandwich or whatever, kick back and watch the game.
No, not really.
That's
not really.
No,
not really.
You're not going to watch Saban do a backflip after winning number 6.
No. And I think I'm going to hold off of my lean to the over. Because you're right. The game plan might be very different for Alabama than last year.
It's going to be a different game plan. Yeah.
All right, but for college basketball, there are a couple of picks that I am willing to give. What the hell? The first one has moved in my favor. I took Quinnipiac on the overnight line at +8. Now it's down to +7, which makes sense. Quinnipiac has they've been kind of inconsistent, but in general they've been very competitive against most teams. St. Peter's is good, but they play low scoring games, and I liked it at 8. Now it's down to 7.
I've seen some of their games finish like 48. It's crazy.
Which doesn't mean they can't get margin wins, but I'm going to take a shot with Quinnipiac +7 minus 110. Even though if it lands on 8, I'll be very, very unhappy. But whatever. I'll take it at +7. Take it at +7 minus 110. And then the other one we talked about in our live show a little bit: Coastal Carolina against Arkansas Little Rock. Arkansas Little Rock is a solid team, but I feel like Coastal Carolina, their last win was pretty impressive, and I think the momentum carries over here. So I'm going to take them at -2, and that's about it for me.
Yeah. Now tomorrow's a little bit more expanded slate, but it was one hell of a college basketball weekend too. I can tell you that there was a lot of good action, and there's some teams starting to stick their heads out, Pete.
Sure.
And, I mean, look at Arkansas kind of locked down Kentucky there in that first half, and then Kentucky finally said, "Hell with this." 7 minutes left in that game, and they just blew up and went through the roof. So, keep your eyes on what teams are starting to pick up the groove and which teams are starting to, expose themselves as maybe a fluke, an ATS fluke, or, I don't know. It's just that time of year where you really got to be careful what you do and how you do it. But tune into the Odds Couple show because we're going to give you every bit of an edge we can.
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. And again, my 2 picks: Coastal Carolina -2 minus 106, and Quinnipiac +7 minus 110.
That's right.
That's it for me, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday college basketball card.
That's right. But Roll Tide rolled tonight in college football.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.